Hello, everyone. Welcome to U.S. Immigration News. If you're in the process of applying for a marriage-based green card or considering doing so, today's video is especially important for you. We're diving into how a Trump presidency might impact your application, whether you already have one pending or are thinking about applying in the near future. With a Trump administration potentially returning to power, it's crucial to understand how immigration policies could shift, particularly when it comes to marriage-based adjustment of status applications. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. In the previous administration, there were significant changes, and we could see similar adjustments if Trump returns to office. From complicated new forms to the risks involved with traveling outside the US, while your application is pending, the immigration landscape might get tougher. Stick around as we break down the key ways your process could be affected and what you need to know to navigate these challenges successfully. Let's get into it. Procedural changes and complications. The first way a Trump presidency could affect your marriage-based adjustment of status is through changes in procedures. During his last term, Trump's administration introduced additional hurdles for applicants, including new forms that aimed to increase scrutiny and make the process more difficult. For example, one of these forms required applicants to prove that they were unlikely to become a public charge, creating more opportunities for immigration officers to deny applications. While this form was ultimately ruled invalid by the courts, it's very possible that Trump will push for similar policies in the future. The form required applicants to disclose extensive personal details, such as education, job history, assets, and even earning potential, essentially making the process even more complicated and adding more reasons for potential denial. If this happens again, applicants could face substantial delays and extra steps even before their case is reviewed. Advanced parole and travel risks. Another significant impact that could come from a Trump presidency concerns advanced parole and the ability to travel outside the United States while your application is pending. In the past, many individuals used advanced parole to travel for urgent matters or vacations. Although this was generally risk-free, it wasn't without complications. During Trump's last term, some applicants were denied re-entry when returning to the US after traveling with an advanced parole document. While it's unlikely that customs officers will generally deny re-entry, it's important to be aware that the risk of denial could increase under a Trump presidency. If you are considering applying for advanced parole, keep in mind that it's best used only for essential travel, and you should weigh the risks of using it for less critical reasons like vacation in light of these potential changes. The automatic notice to appear (NTA) policy, perhaps the most concerning change for applicants under a Trump presidency, is the return of the automatic notice to appear (NTA) policy. This is the document that initiates removal proceedings if your green card application is denied. Under Trump's previous term, any green card denial could result in an NTA being issued, even if the reason for the denial was something relatively minor, such as missing a document or failing to submit an acceptable translation. Let's say that USCIS issues a request for evidence, RFE, for something simple, like a birth certificate or the correct translation of a document. If for any reason you don't receive the RFE and your application is denied for that technicality, the next step could be an NTA. This would initiate deportation proceedings which would dramatically increase your chances of being removed from the country. Normally, we'd expect that a denial of this nature could be easily corrected by refiling the application. However, under Trump's policies, even a minor issue could lead to a lengthy and expensive legal battle. You would need to defend yourself in immigration court, and depending on the complexity of your case, this could significantly increase the time, cost, and stress involved in the process. Instead of the typical year-long green card process, you could be looking at a multi-year struggle to resolve the issue. Reassessing timing and risk for applicants with these changes in mind, it's essential to assess whether you should apply now or wait. If your green card application has a 20% chance of being denied because of an issue in your history, the risk may not be worth it under a Trump presidency. Even if everything is technically in order, a minor mistake or issue could trigger serious consequences, like a long and costly battle in immigration court. As much as I encourage individuals to proceed with their applications if everything is in place, it's essential to have a conversation with an immigration lawyer if you have any doubts or concerns. The risks may be higher under a Trump presidency, and depending on your personal situation, it might be wise to consider postponing your application until the political landscape stabilizes. So there you have it. 3 key ways a Trump presidency could impact your marriage-based adjustment of status application. From procedural complications to the risks involved with advance parole and the potential return of the automatic NTA policy, it's clear that the immigration process could become more challenging. If you are currently navigating this process or planning to apply soon, it's essential to stay informed and prepared. If you need guidance or have specific questions about your case, I highly recommend scheduling a consultation with an immigration lawyer who can help you assess your options. While the process may become more complicated under a Trump administration, understanding these potential risks will give you the best chance to successfully navigate your path to permanent residence. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. Thank you for visiting us today, and we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe channel for more U.S. immigration update videos.